And now we'll be putting the engine back together. There's the casings there with the bearings knocked out. Just going to get this governor off, and there'll be 2 water pump seals in there. There's a little washer goes there, then the impeller goes on, but you'll see that on the rebuild. So get this governor off first, and you can see where the clutch has been hitting. Something's been come off the clutch. It's been hitting the case and all the scratches on it. That's the full top bit starting to lift now. All the spring tension's off, so I'm just gonna have to try and keep hold of it to make sure I get everything right when it comes off. Right, so that's it now with the screws out. So lift this bit off first. We've got this spring with a cap in, it looks like. And that spring with something on the bottom, another cap. It comes off, that's inside, so it's the bottom one, that's the top one. I think the water pump should just push out from the other side, maybe now. That's it. So we've got that, what looks like that. Just remember it goes on that way. Pull this off, there'll be 4 ball bearings in here. That's the cap. And there's the 4 ball bearings. They just sit in there. A little bit grooving in each hole. It's not too bad. The ball bearings are all circular and all alright. Just put that back on there. Check all these teeth. Put the metal, so they're all alright. Newer bikes are plastic teeth. These is all metal. Right, now we'll get the 2 seals out. And that bearing there will have to come out as well. That's the seals out now. So the bearings come today. It's been in the freezer. I'm just going to check the size and check that, make sure the water pump shaft fits through it. Just because I've been getting a few wrong size bearings lately. It is the right size. There's the water pump. That part of it goes through that side. The thicker part. So let's try there. It fits, so that's good. Wipe all that black stuff off the ends. That's all, seal that below the threads. So I'll bang that bearing in. So that's the bearing knocked in as far as it can go. So now the bearing's in, the 2 seals have came, the little copper washers come. I'll show where it goes in a minute. That's it there. So we'll get the seals in first, and then we'll do the governor. And that's where the little copper washer goes. That's the new little copper washer in. Just in there. Just it rigs up to that pin there. You can't see it sticking out. You can there. So at least it's on. So I'm going to put the 2 seals in now. The little one goes in first, and the big one goes in second. But on these, you see that little hole there. If one of the seals goes, let's see if it's blocked. If one of the seals goes, it leaks out of there. And that's the hole clean now. So push the little one in first, and normally just going by hand. So that's that seal in, flush all the way around. So get that one in anyway. You're just pushing it by hand. That's the bearing in all flush now. when you've got them flush, once you've got the impeller in, the impeller will not hit that seal. If you don't get them in properly, the impeller hits that seal and you can't get the back rigged up properly. And we're greasing them seals as well. The lips. It's normally you buy water pump seals, they come with grease. Do that one. Do inside the bearing as well. So now we'll push the shaft through. Just take that casing off, let the ball bearing go in. And it's going to be going that way through the casing. As the copper washer goes on, and the impeller, slide this on now. And that's that in, it's nice and tight as well. And you've got a little copper washer, put that on. You've got the impeller, and it screws on clockwise to tighten it up. Just some impellers go the other way. I'll just tighten it up, hand tight. That's the impeller in. Now we'll grease the 4-ball bearings, put the cup on, and get the governor springs on. So now we'll grease the ball bearings. All I need to do is, where the ball bearings sit, there, and there. I'll just put a bit of grease on there. Drop the ball bearings in. That's the 4 ball bearings in. That one's just dropping out because I'm holding the casing up for the camera. That's the 4 ball bearings in. I'll put a tiny bit of grease on the top of them. We've got that cup, what goes on. I'll put a little grease around there as well. That's the cup on with the bearings. So we'll just keep that like that. I've got the clutch holding tool on the back just to keep that cog still. So I'm going to take the front impeller off again because it was only hand tight anyway, and put some Loctite on, then tighten it up. Whereas I've got the clutch holding tool on, so I'll put a little Loctite on the threads. And I'll just tighten it up. There's a certain torque to tighten it to, but you know how far to go. So just tighten it up when I'm holding the clutch holding tool. That's as tight as it should be. Plus it's got Loctite in. So that's that done. So now we'll get the bearing on, loop it up. We're using an engine oil now. It goes in that way with the circle facing the back. Then we've got this, so we'll loop this up, loop inside there as well, loop in there as well. Put the spring in. Spring sits there. Loop this little cap up. It just slots in there. Then we've got this bit. Just when you put it on, you'll have to push down to compress that spring and make sure that bearing's in the right position. So just keep the pressure pushed on that spring there. So anyway, I'll tighten them two up now. That's it all tightened up. That's what it should look like when it's done. The bearing that way with the circle, which I've just showed. I've tightened the impeller with Loctite as well. A new little washer. Oh, anyway, that's how to fit a cr80 and a cr85 water pump, and go there if it's got one. Right, thanks for watching.